as usual, we have different sets of oracle cards that have been pre-shuffled and that I haven't seen, that we'll have a look at, and then we'll also be using other cards to see what's coming through. And how this reading is going to work is I first of all want to identify who is coming through, so in terms of their relationship with you, but also like their character, what their name may have been, that kind of thing. And then after that, we're going to get into what messages they might have for you. So this is group 1 with the opalite, group 2 with celestialite, and group 3 with labradorite. Okay, so let's get started with group 1. This one is definitely going to roll off, so okay, let's see what's come up here. Okay, okay, so the first thing that I'm picking up about this group is that there's definitely a whole bunch of different people who picked this group in terms of ages and professions and energies and that kind of thing. So it's important for you to just take what resonates and realize that not everything that comes through is going to be for you. But I just want to get a better feel on who is coming through here with these relationship cards myself. Okay, with this baby over here, it makes me think about maybe people who have lost infants or children, but who's coming through? Mother. Okay, that makes sense. So with the baby, it could also be somebody's mom coming through here. Cousin, we also have cousin. Wife or girlfriend. Parents. Okay, so like Spirit was saying, there is a host of different kinds of energy coming through. But I feel like for a lot of these people, like the people who are passed over, even though there's so many different people coming through, I feel like they were the kind of people who were very open, warm, and got along with a lot of people. I also feel like this is a pile of predominantly people who lost their lives at quite a young age. And with that being said, I also feel like they could have been quite spiritual people, because we have Akasha coming up, which says spiritual teacher, and fairies as well as priest. So there's a lot of elements here indicating that this person was maybe quite religious. I feel more religious than spiritual. And I'm picking up on Christianity and Hinduism in terms, and also Buddhism as well. In terms of like someone, and particularly here I'm picking up the energy of a mother or mothers, like someone who was very ritualistic about the way that they connected in the prayers or rituals that they did, or maybe about going to church, that kind of thing. And also had a lot of faith in their religion, you know, whatever that might be. And also I feel like this person was someone who really influenced your relationship with religion as well. And losing them with this spiritual teacher was definitely a karmic lesson for you that really opened up your gifts and your side to spirituality when you lost this person. With fairies coming up, I feel like for some of you, this is telling me that this person that you lost, you were a child at the time. I don't know if you guys can see this candle flickering, like, and I was getting about 8 years old, around about there. And it could have even been a situation where you were at school and you needed to be pulled from school. I actually feel like there's a grandparent energy as I'm talking about this, like on the playground, and kind of or after school, finding out about this, and maybe kind of thinking about your day and thinking about when it could have happened and that you didn't even realize. Also, something that's coming through is that you may have dreamt about this person. The word teacher is also coming up twice. So strongly what's coming through is that this person was definitely very wise, and whether they were around for a short time in your life or not, or whether you were very close to them, they had a lot of lessons to teach you, and their death in itself had a lot of lessons to teach you too. I'm definitely feeling like there is someone in this group who has lost a female partner, but I must say that I don't feel like it was a wife. It feels like more someone that you may have dated and you feel their spirit around. Or on the reverse side of that, if you are a woman, I have like male let's say ex-boyfriends coming through, let's put it that way. For those of you who have had lovers who have passed on, even if you find yourself in a different relationship now, that's fine. We can still have their energy coming forward with this wife girlfriend card. Yeah, and then cousin, parents. I do feel like something that's coming through is that this person is saying that they are with the rest of the family, and what else are they saying? That they're learning a lot on the other side, with priest and teacher coming up a lot. Okay, we have Lord Narasimha coming up here. What I'm trying to actually get now is some initials and identifiers to see who exactly is coming through. And I feel like I'm getting like sea names. Well, we have Lord Muruga coming up as well. So those are two Hindu deities, which is telling me that there are probably a lot of Hindu people who picked this group, and maybe connecting with the deities is a good way to connect with your person. And then dream is coming up twice, so you definitely have been dreaming of them. And if this is true, then you're actually connecting with them at this time. Chakra alignment, one of the messages that they have for you is that your energy is unaligned, but in such a way that sorry, I don't know if you guys can hear my dog in the background, but in such a way that your energy is opening and cracking open and expanding, and you're ascending. So you're going to need more help, or you're going to need more assistance, energetic assistance. So yeah, that's coming through. And then we have W coming up. So if there's anybody's name, but I feel like this could be more to do with a like a calling name, like kind of, how can I say, like if you say grandmother instead of using a specific name, like it could be that with W, like in a different culture, if that makes sense. Like maybe someone who's Muslim. Then we have 777. Oh wow, dream messages again, and affair. So I'm also getting the energy of a father coming through who was not present in your life. So this could be a father or a grandfather, but I'm picking up more father, and like died at a time where you didn't get to kind of like reconcile or like work through your stuff. What else is coming through? 777 again. So this person, and affair again. Wow. Okay, and this is coming up. So I feel like what is coming through is for those of you who are aware of whether your parents had an affair, that's a specific indicator that's coming through in terms of a parent for this group, for someone very, very specific. And then we have ancestors as well. Okay, so I want to get a couple of tarot cards and see what other messages are coming through. I feel like a name that was coming through was like Charlotte or Carl or Charles, something like that, with a C or CH. Kurt, maybe. Okay, so Oh, here's the Empress. So there definitely are people in this group that have lost their mother, and that's coming through quite strongly. And I also feel for some of you, you may have lost your mother at quite a young age. Or maybe what's also coming through is maybe when you were a baby, she perhaps had to go to work and didn't raise you and wasn't the maternal influence in the beginning stages of your life. For some of you, there is a big group of people here that I'm trying to tap into collectively, so not everything will apply. So we have the Lovers card, so that's telling me that you had a soul connection with this person. I feel like someone that you felt understood you emotionally and mentally, someone that you could talk with, and probably someone that you thought about your future with or talked about your future with. But I feel like for you guys, like right now, there's probably some changes going on in your career, or it's something that you're hoping and wishing for. That's something that's coming through from your person in terms of they are supporting you or trying to bring you clarity on that. So something to note, especially with the dream guide coming up so much, is that like our passed over loved ones can act like spirit guides, especially when they're on the other side and they are settled. Then we can connect with them to like for advice and for guidance and that kind of thing. So that is coming through for you guys, like to figure out how to connect and communicate. But I do feel like you guys blame yourself for maybe not doing enough in the relationship, or not having maybe said I love you enough, or like not having maybe done enough to even air quotes save the person. And that's something that I deal with a lot in crossing overs, is about this kind of what's the word I'm looking for, closure, about there was nothing that you could have done to change the situation. And in this card over here, my spirit guide just highlighted the word life to me, and that's just life, right? Like life and death, it's so out of our control, and it's something that helps us understand the world a bit better, especially from a spiritual perspective. And it can be something that can really awaken us. So on this priest card, it says the light attributes facilitate spiritual commitments, serves as a channel of spiritual energy. So this death was that to you. It served as a channel of spiritual energy. The shadow attribute says violates the trust of your spiritual community, seduced by your own spiritual role. So sometimes, especially when we try to rationalize and understand something like death, we may get a bit wrapped up and feel a bit ungrounded. So I feel like that's something that you are working on right now, or they want you to be aware of. Like, are you taking care of your basic needs? Are you getting the right foods, the right nutrients, enough water, enough rest? Not just sleep, but rest. With the Knight of Pentacles, it's a sign to be looking at your material needs and whether they are being adequately met right now. Some of you guys may have a new baby or a new baby in the family. That's something that like your past loved one is acknowledging, but also advising that you work with fairy guides, especially if there is a new baby in the family, because then what's coming through is that you need to take better measures to protect your energy, and perhaps even for that baby and their family too. Or your family. And one of the ways that you can do that is with protective crystals, like this black one over here. This is called a golden obsidian. Okay, so let's see what else is coming up. Just gotta let my puppy out. Okay, so I also want to get some of these crossing over cards and see what messages are coming through. I was met by so many loving people. So I feel like this person knew a lot of people, and their death was very, like the news reached a lot of people. It was very sad, and it was very heartbreaking, the story perhaps. Like it reached a lot of ears. That's something that I'm getting. Let's see what else is coming through. I wish I told you more often how much I love you. That's so crazy, because when I was channeling over this card, that's what I was talking about. Remember when I said you maybe feel like you didn't tell them enough how much you love them? So this is an acknowledgement that they know that, and they wish the same, that they got to tell you how much that they love you. And love also came up here, loving people. So that's something that's coming through quite strongly. And with this wife or girlfriend, like I said, there may be people here who picked a lover. So that's coming through quite strongly for a reciprocation of like how you communicate with them, and when you tell them that you love them and you're kind of thinking about them and honoring them, they want to acknowledge that they do hear that. There's no such thing as death. This is especially for someone that's lost a lover. And someone that you had a child with, perhaps. A feeling of you will be reunited with this person. We are so connected. I have become one of your guides. And I did mention that as well, about how you can connect with our past loved ones as our spirit guides. I send you loving signs through nature. So here's a butterfly. That's one of the ways that they may send you messages. And then also we are soulmates, which is also coming up here with the Lovers card. I mentioned that. I have to leave that way, and you have nothing to feel guilty about, and it's not your fault. That's something that's coming through quite strongly, that they want you to know that there's nothing that you could have done differently in terms of their death, or maybe even in terms of dealing with their death. And that's also specifically coming up for a mother, someone who's lost a mother. There's nothing you couldn't have acted faster. There's nothing that you could have done. It was musing right along. It was in divine timing that it happened. Some of you may have lost a mother at 18, and then we have leaping in love. That's definitely for those of you who've lost a lover, and someone that you were dating at the time that they passed. Yeah, so there's definitely someone coming through, and it's coming over, we are soulmates, and I love you. I'm heavily getting that energy of someone who was in a relationship and then that person died, maybe even in a car accident. Baby steps, we got that baby energy over here. So about actually losing a child or an infant, or a mother energy coming through too. Or it could be this passed over loved one acknowledging a new baby in the family. The F word, magic carpet. Okay, what's the F word about? Let me just get a card here to see what is the F word about. So maybe this person, like something that they didn't like quite learn is that they weren't so good at like holding their temper, and like that's something that they maybe are saying that they're working on the other side, or they kind of like want to identify as something that they struggled with. But I want to read a message out of the book, and I'm going to read Dream Guides. Teacher, Guardian. This card has shown up to remind you that your dream guide is always with you, supporting and protecting you on your nightly journeys. Wow. So when you guys think about this person, especially at night, they're saying that they're with you and that they hear you. Ask for guidance, journal what your guide shows and teaches you, and where you are taken during your dream time. Pay attention to all details, as they are part of a larger message. Your dream guide also reminds you that there are many lessons to learn and offer others. You are a teacher. Employ your teaching abilities now. And then the additional meanings: it would be beneficial for you to journal every day. It's time for you to connect with your guides, or for you to be a guide to someone else. Walk through the door of opportunity that is presented to you now. You are being called to teach. Okay. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this message. And please let me know what resonated or who came through for you. And I hope that you got some kind of closure or some kind of at least joy from knowing that your loved one has come forward. So this is for group 2, the Celestialite Sphere. Let's see what cards came up for you guys. The Crown Chakra, that's awesome. Dolphin. Angel Rochelle. Archangel Raphael. Hey, that's 2 R's. So maybe there's someone here that either has an R in their name or the person that they've lost. Then we have Hero, Heroine, Slave, and yeah, let's see what else is coming up. Let's get some relationship cards. So you guys definitely have quite a strong crown chakra, so you probably feel this person's energy quite a bit. I do feel like it is a family member because of Archangel Raphael coming up. I don't know, like I'm also getting like, I'm really feeling like Durban vibes quite heavily. Like near the ocean generally, but particularly Durban. So I feel like this person who you lost probably was from Durban. Or like maybe, I don't know if Ushaka Marine World like means anything to any one of you guys. Wife or girlfriend. So maybe you were a wife or girlfriend to this person. Oh my gosh, husband or boyfriend. That's crazy. So definitely a lot of lovers in this group. Doctor. So maybe this person was sick and they didn't get like the help that they needed from their doctor or the hospital. Children, it could be a child that you lost, or you could have lost a parent. You are the child. Mother. Parents. Okay. And I did say, and then we also have colleague coming up at the top of the deck. And then there was one card that came up that said was neighbor, but I didn't take that. Oh my goodness, I just saw that I left a couple of cards here. Oh, only friend was here, so could have missed that out. It could be, some of you could be watching for a friend. Let's see what initials are coming out, or any other indicators. T, we have T, we have P as well. TP. That makes me think of toilet paper. Exercise. So maybe someone that like used to encourage you to be fit, or someone that was fit and then died of something like a heart attack or something like that. P again. So maybe that's a mother's name. Or I feel like there's a granny coming through, like party. S-I-C. That's yes in Spanish. Mariaman, so mother, coming through again. Telepathy. So yeah, I mentioned that about your guys with the crown chakra. So this person is definitely communicating with you. And exercise again. And then this card says Aria on it, and like I identify that name as like one of my spirit babies. So in that case, going back to the mother-child theme coming up. Separation. We have the letter K. Buddha as well. T again. Buddha again. L and P, healthier eating, psychic connection. Lord Narasimha, I dream of you often. So you might be dreaming about this person R, and I did mention R earlier. Children from past lives, 444. So we're just trying to identify who's coming through. There's also V, soulmate. You may have traveled with this person. Okay, what else is coming through? Let's pull out some more tarot cards to see what your relationship was like, or what they have to say to you. What your relationship was like with them. Okay, so I am getting a lot of Leo energy coming through with the King of Wands, and then we also have the Sun card here. So that could be what their star sign is or what your star sign is. Other than that, with the Princess of Swords, I feel like this is someone who passed who you never expected to. I guess we never really expect anyone to die at any certain time. But I feel like it was a real shock, and we have death here as well. It was a real shock, and it really made you feel very mistrustful about the world and about what you can count on every day, you know. And I feel like when this person died, you really had to like step up and take care of everyone else in the family, and I feel like you had to give out a lot of energy to others. With the King of Wands, this coming over husband, so this could be a fire sign. If you lost a husband, this could be a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. This person is coming through quite strongly. And I feel like you worry a lot about like making ends meet, and also making decisions about your children. So this person, your husband or your partner, is coming through just to reassure you that they support your decisions. And there's nothing to worry about. It seems like there's a lot that's keeping you up at night, things that you're worrying about like, would they be okay with this? Or maybe even paranoid about some health related things with doctor coming up. Perhaps you've been contemplating seeing a doctor about something, so that could be why this is coming up. But I also feel like for some of you, you may be thinking like, I wish we'd visited a doctor earlier, maybe things would have been different. I definitely don't think so. Like, I think that it was something that was out of your control and something that your free will couldn't affect. But I do feel like losing this person has really forced you to become like the breadwinner, or even from an emotional support perspective, like be the one that's supporting everyone. I just want to get like one more card because it's kind of bothering me now that I lined everything up. Wow, okay, so this is not one more card, but we have the Sun card, we have the Ace of Wands, the Eight of Wands, and the Knight of Wands. So lots of fire, and the Princess of Wands. So for someone who's lost a lover, a partner, a husband or wife for this group, this may have been someone that you met when you were quite young and you guys dated for a while, and you do receive a lot of messages from them with the Eight of Wands. So let's take out the Knight of Wands here. And I feel like for this group, like it also forced you to work harder, like with your career, so that you can support your family, or maybe fill the void that this person left financially. But besides that, I do feel for some people, not for a lot of people in this group, I feel like the person that they lost was their hero, like someone that supported the family or supported them for most of you guys, and then you had to step up and be that. But for some of you guys, it wasn't a dependent relationship like that. What else am I getting over here? I actually feel like most of them are quite dependent, intimate relationships, because we have mother, children, husband or boyfriend, wife or girlfriend, and parents. So these are all very, very close, intimate relationships. Like, I don't feel like it was a kind of person that it wasn't part of your day-to-day, you know. With doctor coming up, I feel like what's coming up is that this person like died from something health related, and maybe you thought about, could things have been different if we did visit a doctor, or if their health was different. And I think that they just want to reassure you that there's something that could have been done differently. Oh, okay, so this card it's a bit weird because it says I am not dead, and I think the message is about they're still around you. You still feel them. I mentioned with the crown chakra, so I think that's what that means. But let's see what else they have to say. With this dolphin card, I feel like this person may have bought you like an ornamental glass gift, or some kind of gift that they may be referencing to, that you keep like by your bedside table or somewhere special. That's something that's coming through. Oh my goodness gracious me, this card came up again. I am not dead. So they really want you to know that their presence is very they try to make their presence very felt around you. If that says, they make their presence strong, and so that they want you to feel protected. They want you to feel them around. You also have, I am over here learning. I do feel like this person maybe died like early 40s. I had to leave that way. I wish I had told you more often how much I love you. It was my time to go. And I mentioned about Durban because there's the beach now. I'm so much better now. This was the health thing. This person was definitely suffering something with their health. I have no more earthly worries. I definitely feel like there's something also coming up about school a lot. So I feel like your person wants you to know any decisions that you're making with regards to your children about school, they support. And my death is painless. Please don't worry or hold on to guilt. And my mind is free. And then I want to get some oracle cards and see what else they might want to say to you. Brand spanking new. You might be buying a new car or moving home. I feel like you guys do a lot of consulting. Yeah, home. Knock knock. With this person. Like, yeah, should I do this? How does this sound? That kind of thing. Solar powered. That again makes me think of a house. But I also feel like you have become very self-sufficient and you don't need others. Like after this death, time to fly. It's been very elevating for you. And through all this tough time, you've only become stronger. I definitely feel like you're moving somewhere. Sticky wicket. I feel like within the next 6 weeks to 6 months, you're going to be moving home or moving for a job opportunity, I feel like. Or if not moving home, maybe getting a new car. But there does seem to be like a lot of shifts happening right now. And I feel like you're also able to accept and hold space for your relationship with this person where it is right now. Okay, so I want to read a message out of the book, and I am going to read Violet. I'm actually going to read two. I'm going to read Violet and the dolphin one as well. But let's start with Violet. Okay. Spirituality, wisdom, humility. This card is here to remind you of the wisdom and humility on the spiritual path. All gifts are given equally and without discrimination. Violet represents the blending of the red and the blue, the root and the third eye chakras, which suggests that a balance of passion and calm is needed now. This card has come up to help you keep a balanced perspective with respect to practical and spiritual aspects of life. So you're more balanced in that you know how to bring this person in a practical way in your material world. You're not stuck on one side, you're still being rational. Then additional meanings of this card says it would be beneficial for you to study and meditate on spiritual laws and beliefs. Wear or focus on the color violet if you're feeling depressed, socially isolated or blocked. Place violet items in your bed to stimulate dream activity. Oh, and then I said I wanted to check out dolphin as well. cosmic consciousness, breath, sacred geometry. The dolphin card is reminding you to breathe. Connect with your breath regularly throughout the day. Breath work will help you align, center, and expand your awareness. You guys definitely seem to be very stressed, and like meditation is also something that can really help with aligning your energy and helping to ease your mind as well. It says here, it will relieve stress and keep you focused. This card also represents your connection with cosmic patterns called sacred geometry. Perhaps you need to work with crystal grids, ley lines, or platonic solids to connect with cosmic consciousness. The universe is calling for you to attune to its sacred shapes. And this is a sphere, so it definitely aligns to this message, but also celestial light helps connect with the angels. So I definitely feel like for you guys, crystal work is going to be good. And then the additional meanings of this card says spend time near the ocean, wow, or listening to oceanic music. I did mention that. Do manifestation exercises using your breath and sacred sound. Incorporate sacred geometry shapes into your daily life or ritual work. You can paint, draw, or meditate upon them to enhance your creative powers and open doorways into new dimensions. Yeah, so those are the messages that are coming through for this group. I hope you guys enjoyed your messages. If so, please like the video, subscribe, share it, all those kinds of things I really appreciate. Or even just leave me a message to let me know what resonated and etc. But yeah, I hope everything settles in well. Okay, so let's see what's coming up for the third group for labradorite. This is a good stone for telepathy. So it's a good one to use to communicate with passed over loved ones. So for the archetype cards, we have Messiah, and we also have Judge coming up. So maybe some of you in this group are lawyers or in the legal field. We have Angel Indriel. We have Angel Aurora. We have Snake and Angels. So you guys do have lots of guardian angels around you. So I feel like you have more than one loved one that's passed over that's watching over you. I also feel like this is a time in your life where you need to make like some important decisions with Judge coming up. And I also feel like you are someone that like supports a lot of people emotionally. So what's coming through in that regard is you bring a lot of, you're a light worker, you bring a lot of light and love to others and support. We have Mother coming up, and Mother has come up in every single one of the groups actually. Family, so more than one family member. Ex. Father. Wife or girlfriend. And brother, or maybe sister or sibling. Okay, so let's have a look a little bit closer what's coming up here so far. So the message with Angel Indriel says you are a light worker. God needs you to shine your divine light and love like an angel upon the earth and all of its inhabitants. So these two cards are from the Angel Oracle card, and then the word angel comes up here and here. So that's a sign that that's a very dominant guide of this group. Besides having many guardian angels that are passed over loved ones, you may also be having some archangels and different types of angels coming forward. So I would say like do some research and see what you can find out about these different spirit guides so that you can figure out how to connect better. I'm also getting a message about like blue colored crystals will be good for you to work with for anxiety. But I also feel like you have throat chakra psychic ability. So you're able to give others really good advice, and it can be like very soothing. Like others find your advice very wise and soothing. Um, then the message from Angel Aurora says, you are flying high right now, which may threaten others, but don't descend because others will soon become inspired by your example. Something that I'm really picking up about this group is that I feel like you've had to do a lot of things by yourself. And something that I'm actually noticing as I'm looking to this flame over here is that it's split. So, like, you might get that in a lamp, a split wick, and that's a sign of Lord Shiva's energy, which is a really good sign, especially when we're connecting with the dead, because we call him forward to help our loved ones cross over and transition. So with that being said, for this group, maybe it's a good idea for you to do some research about gods and goddesses that are related to death and the afterlife, so that you can get a better understanding of how to connect with your loved ones. With Messiah, the light attribute says serving humanity with humility. So yeah, you do a lot for others, but then the shadow attribute says exaggerated belief that you are the only means through which you can succeed. So you take on a lot, and I also think that you do it in a way that's very almost I want to say like naive. I don't know if that's the right word, but in a way that you're like, okay, if I just keep myself busy, then I can ignore the bigger things that are ignoring me, or like bigger problems in the world. Like you're trying to keep yourself busy with as much as you can do, so that for others, so that like you kind of feel maybe a lesser sense of guilt in a way with the shadow attribute of Messiah, because you see yourself as someone that always has to give to others. So that's kind of problematic in terms of balance, and in terms of like what you want to attract in your relationships in the future. Like you gotta embody what you want to attract. And with Judge, like there's actually a picture of scales here, so that's all about balance. Some of you guys may have a snake tattoo, or have a friend, or recently saw a snake tattoo or a drawing of a snake. So with the Judge, the light attribute says balancing justice and compassion, managing the fair distribution of power. So for a lot of you guys, I feel like this person was older than you, or someone that maybe you turn to for advice. But I do kind of feel the sense, and this may only be for one specific person even, if so, but it feels like you're very alone in that you've lost a lot of family members and you're doing things alone. I just heard Seven, so, and over the snake again, and I've mentioned Lord Shiva, so maybe this person is a Shiva devotee, or the person that you lost was a Shiva devotee, but that's coming through quite strongly. Okay, let's see. I also feel like with this person that you lost, you may have had like a holiday with them, like perhaps in Canada, somewhere cold and snowy. Let's see what else is coming through from this person. I watch over you every day. If I had only known then what I know now, I would have lived differently. So this is also particularly coming up over mother. And I think that you guys as a light worker are quite sensitive to others energetically, but at the same time tend to attract a lot of people who are experiencing a lot of pain and shadows. So you may have had a parent that was like very deep in their shadows, and we have a message saying that it's not your fault about like any pain that they experienced in their lifetime, and that they want you to know that it's beautiful where they are right now. I feel like with someone that's lost, particularly a mother, that maybe kind of feels almost guilty for not being able to do more for them in their lives, or feeling like they should have done more. Like that's something that you need to release. I'm surrounded by loving animals. I'm particularly picking up a dog. Like I couldn't know the name of this dog, but I'm seeing like longer ears, like blonde colored dog, like a small one particularly, but pets coming through for any of you guys who have had pets that you were close to that passed on. We also have It Was My Time to Go, and I also saw a fish actually just before that. So that might have been someone who like enjoyed fishing. I don't feel like it has to do with eating fish, because I feel like I saw the scales. So it may also have to do with traveling. Then you have nothing to feel guilty about, and I am with the rest of the family and I had to leave that way is also coming up. Let's have a look at some more oracle cards to see what else they might be saying or might have to say, advice or any messages. Superhero. So like this person, like I said, I feel like for a lot of you this person was older than you. That's what's coming up with superhero, like someone that you looked up to and like seek advice from. Head games, like maybe you talk to this person in your mind. Abracadabra, they want you to work more on manifestation, so that with open your presence so that you can manifest more abundance in your life, like perhaps reading about the law of attraction. And then nasty knot, you may be dealing with some stomach issues and your solar plexus chakra. For that might be due to stress and like overthinking. Meditation can be great for that. Something else, especially for the solar plexus chakra, especially if you're dealing with acid reflux, indigestion, like inconsistent appetite, I would like recommend drinking some turmeric water. So a dash of turmeric in a quarter glass of water, that can be really good for stabilizing your stomach. Recently I started taking probiotics. I really struggle with my tummy as someone who's energetically sensitive, and though that's really been helping. But like in terms of natural remedies, the turmeric water is the best one that I can recommend. But it's also about diet, like staying away from caffeine and caffeinated drinks and spicy foods if you struggle with your tummy. But that's what's coming up with nasty knot. Okay, and I just want to get a couple more tarot cards to just get another or some more messages from this person and to see what else they have to say to you. Okay, we have the Hierophant card coming up. So that's about studies. I definitely feel like there are people in this group who are studying. See, Daisy? Okay, and there's also something coming up here about a relationship. So if you are maybe seeking the approval of a parent who's passed away, in terms of like a lover or someone that you're dating, I think like I'm picking that up. I couldn't say specifically to you that they give the approval, but the Four of Air just coming up in reverse, I feel like a lot of you guys are struggling in your relationships right now. And for those of you who like haven't found love yet, I think the message is to be patient. There is someone out there for you, with the Four of Fire and the Hierophant, like a life partner. With the Emperor coming up, like I'm getting that you guys are feeling quite energetically sensitive at this time, like empathic. And you must just watch out for that, and also watch out for that in terms of picking up messages from past over loved ones and not even realizing it. And then with the Moon card, your third eye is activated. So one of the ways that you can communicate with them is through the dream realm. So that's definitely something that's being recommended, that you be more intentional about with communicating with this person or people. But let's see what else is coming up. So we just want to get a few identifiers to see who it is specifically coming through. Okay, we have hydrate. So your guys are asking you to please drink some more water. Past lifetime marriage. There is something very much coming up about marriage here. So maybe your past over loved one wants you to know that you do have a soulmate coming forward soon, that you've had a past lifetime marriage with. Or perhaps the person that you lost is from a past lifetime marriage. Then we have I communicate through songs and the letter M, and Shiva Shakti as well. I communicate through songs again. communicate through songs again. Then we have the letter P underneath that, P-U. And Lord Hanuman, oh, up. That makes me think like of a baby, like uppies. What else is coming through? P again, P, oh my gosh, what is happening? UP again. Oh, UP, oh, my little sister is studying at the University of Pretoria. That's one thing that it definitely reminds me of. And then we have, I send messages through feathers. Maybe you have like an uncle coming through that's with a P, and we even have an H here. What was that? Lord Muruga. 222. Sai Baba. Dream messages. N. Runner, as in like twin flame dynamic, and R as well. Okay, so there's a lot of letters coming through. We also have R-U-N, run. 555. So maybe this person was not close to you at the time that they passed. Mariam, and I dream of you often. So they want you to know, psychic connection, that's a F, that when you dream about them. And Kundalini awakening, which makes sense with the snake energy. They want you to know that when you're dreaming of them, you're actually connecting with them in that realm at that time. Yeah, so I feel like the people that came through for this group are quite connected to spirit and to like their energetic sources, so they know how to communicate roughly with the other side. But what's coming